Yes, how are you? I'm Teacher Stephen from Monday, the CEO of the Brilliant Publishers Education, and also a personal teacher of mathematics and chemistry. Today, I would like to take my time to revise with the Form 1, the first topic in chemistry, that is Introduction to Chemistry. So kindly leave whatever you are doing and watch this lesson until the end of it. Again, subscribe by hitting the subscription button so that when we upload the next lesson or next video, you'll be able to get the notification. Otherwise, thank you and welcome. So I would like to use this my book. This is the book that I've written, the first edition of the Brilliant Chemistry Form 1. This book is for just question and answers, and no question that you will meet in your exam, which is not coming from this book here that you are seeing, currently seeing here. So if you can get a copy of it, I've decided to sell it in soft copy. So if you want, you can reach me via my phone number that I'll be able to show you later. Otherwise, thank you. So mm, you can see the Brilliant Chemistry is a quick reference aid for Form 1 student. This book contains all possible questions and their answers arranged topically. The book is designed to be a compact, portable reference and suitable for everyday work, problem solving, or exam revision for Form 1 students. But it can be used by even a Form 2, Form 3, or Form 4. The author of the book is me, which is Stephen Oketch, the CEO of the Brilliant Education Publishers. Stephen Oketch is a seasoned teacher of mathematics and chemistry, having taught these two subjects for over 5 years. He is the current principal of St. Kevin Nyali Elite High School, that is in Mombasa. So the book is published and printed by Brilliant Education Publishers. Brilliant Education Publishers. All rights reserved. No part of this book may be reproduced, stored in a retrieval system, or a transcript in any form or by any means, electronic, photocopying, recording, or otherwise without the prior written permission by the publisher. So the book is a recognized one because you can see it has a ISBN number. You can search and you'll be able to know that the book is recognized now. This is the first edition, first published and printed in 2010. So this is just a copy of the book, but the original book is there. This is just to show you how the book is looking like before we reach to the revision part. So the book is printed by Brilliant Education Publishers. If you want reach us, go to www.brilliantedukationspublishers.co.ke or reach us through email, that is brilliantpublishers8@gmail.com, Mombasa, Kenya. You can also reach me via my phone number, that is 0711 410583. You'll be able to get me and I'll be able to, you can now purchase it a soft copy at only 350. Then you can print it or you can use it in your laptop as you revise during this pandemic. Otherwise, we usually also offer the online exams, which are very beneficial to the students. We have the centers who are the NEC examiners as well. And also, we are trying to bring the brains or the minds of the students at in learning. That is, so because you see now most of the students, if you don't involve them in such, they will be just playing, looking for the nutty things outside there. They will be just roaming around the center, roaming around in a bad company, and you realize that many students will not resume back to school. Some will get married, some will be married, some will marry, such like thing. So if we involve them, I urge the parents, I urge you to kindly watch on what your kid is doing currently during this pandemic. I know the form force might somehow they might do their exams, so keep them busy now and then. If you cannot involve yourself with the brilliant, you can also look at the other online online system of learning where you can engage them. Like the brilliant, we came up with this kind of the system of doing exam, and I know some people also have copied from us. But I think if people can copy from you, then you are the best. You lead us, others follows. So kindly just register with us. We'll be able to offer you the free Zoom lessons. Normal one. Also, we have the one which are chargeable. We give the notes, we examine the student, we tell them what they should be doing uh, during this pandemic on how to read at the same time. So kindly register with us through this number 0711 410583, and we'll be able to assist your daughter, your son, as we work together during this trying trial moment. Otherwise, welcome as we proceed with our revision for today. So, welcome to the first question. The first question will always be at a Form 1 level. You must and you will have to be asked such a question: what is a chemistry? In primary, also you discussed you studied science, and now here science is divided. It has some branches. So it is divided into three. That is mathematics, that is chemistry, biology, and physics. So chemistry is also one of one of the branches of science. So how will you define this uh, word chemistry? Don't think that the where you buy the drugs is what is meant by the word chemistry. So don't say that it is a place for buying drugs. No, that one you will not be able to get any mark. So chemistry is a branch of science that deals with the study of the structure, properties, and composition of matter and changes that matter undergoes. So it deals with the structure, how the the matter. We know, the what matter means. Matter is anything that occupies space and has got weight. So solid, liquid, gases. So how they are structured and also their properties and the composition of matter. So what matter is made up of and changes that matters undergoes. Matter might go and these changes, physical changes like melting, evaporation, such like things. So branch, if you ask, you should be able to write that it is a branch of science that deals with the study of the structure, properties, and composition of matter and the changes that matter undergoes. Then we have the branches of the chemistry. The next one state the branches of chemistry. In your book or at your level, I know you have had only three. You've heard about the physical chemistry, organic chemistry, and inorganic chemistry. So today I would like to demystify this to you that we have so many branches. We have them. There are around six major branches of chemistry. Others you will discuss further in the university or college when you'll be, in any case, you'll be proceeding with the chemistry. So we have physical chemistry, inorganic chemistry, we have organic chemistry, we have biochemistry, we have analytical chemistry, and also we have nuclear chemistry. So those are the other branches of chemistry. So you should be able to know that. Uh, then also we have state the role of chemistry in the society or the importance of studying chemistry. So we have in exam you might be asked to state the role of the chemist in the society. How does chemistry assist us in our society that we are currently living in? Or somebody can ask you to state the importance of studying chemistry. So these are the importance of the roles of the chemistry in the society. One, it help in manufacture of drugs. So with the help of the chemistry, we can be able to manufacture a drug. And we have types of drugs that should be able we learn as we proceed. And also another role of or the importance of studying chemistry is it help in the food production. So chemistry can assist in food production. For example, if you check uh, these things like bread, there are some chemicals which are used there, and those chemicals are products of chemistry. Also, we have things like the oil like refinery oil. There also we apply chemistry as a subject. So this is the easiest subject in the world, and it is the subject that will change your life if you take it very serious. Chemistry needs daily revision. That is, I can give you the prescription for the chemistry. It should be three times. 3 times 3 in a day. So you should be able to do three questions uh, times time every after 24 divided by 3 is 8. So after every 8 hours, you should be able to do three questions of chemistry. That is the prescription of the chemistry, 3 times 3. I can give you that and you try if it will help you. Another uh, role of the chemistry we have, it help in the manufacture of the cheaper alternative fabrics. So that is also a role of the chemistry which help in the manufacture of plastics. It help in the manufacture of detergents. It help in the production of fuels. So those are some of the roles of the chemistry. Then also you should be able you can also be asked at Form 1 to define the term laboratory. So what is laboratory? So laboratory is a special room where the apparatus and chemicals are kept in, and in which the practical subjects such as chemistry are studied. So it is just a special room. It is a special room where the apparatus or chemicals or reagents are kept in, and in which the practical subjects like chemistry is a practical subject that it can be studied in a laboratory, or even physics or biology. those are the practical subjects that can be studied in in the laboratory. So it is a special room set aside where the apparatus or reagents or chemicals, and in which the practical subjects can be studied in. So that is what is meant by the word chemistry. Then also give another question. So those apparatus which are kept in a laboratory, most of them are made of glasses or plastic. Let us see. The next question give the reasons why the most laboratory apparatus are made of glass or plastic. One, because the glasses are visible. So because they are visible, if the word visible is not handsome for you, you can use the word transparent. So transparent or clear to mean you can be able to see the content of the apparatus which is made up of the glass. So because they are visible or transparent, hence the content can be easily seen. So you can, that is the one reason. You can, in exam, you can be told to explain. But if you're told to state, you can just say they are visible or they are transparent. But if you're told to explain, give a reason why it is transparent or the reason why it is visible. The reason why it is visible, you can be able to see the content inside it, inside that apparatus which is made up of glass. Another reason is that they are unreactive. The glasses are unreactive. Unreactive means they don't react with most reagents found inside the laboratory. We have so many reagents. We have bromine water. We have ammonia. We have sodium peroxide, such like reagents. We have so many reagents in the laboratory. So these reagents, they cannot be able to react with the glasses. And that is why the most laboratory apparatus are made of glasses. Then also we have another reason here. Another reason is that because they are easy to clean. So most of the glasses, glasswares, they are easy to clean compared to the plastics one. For example, one day if your mom or your dad buys this uh, food called matumbo, so if they prepare for you the matumbo, then then you use a plastic plate to serve yourself. And maybe tomorrow, the following day, or when you want to clean the utensils, you realize that if your dad used a plate made of made of glass, you realize that the one that is made of glass is very easy to clean compared to the one which is made up of the plastic. So you should be able to know that that is very, very magnetic. You should be able to follow that in accordance to the syllabus. Another one, glasses are comparatively cheaper. So the reason why they are cheaper, they can now reduce the cost of equipping the laboratory. So now purchasing them is not hard as other other apparatus which are made of other materials. So for example, why do we say that they're cheap? Take for example the boiling tube. The boiling tube or test tube. One test tube can even go at 25 shillings, then one which can be at 50 bob. So it depends with the quality of the glass. So that one you should be able to know that. Another question that you can be asked in this topic under the introduction of the chemistry, differentiate between a conductor and a non-conductor. There is a school where I was teaching where I gave a test under this question, and one of my students said that a conductor is the one that collects maybe if you go to the stage, there are those who tells people to get inside, yet they remain in the stage. They don't go with the vehicle. But the one that goes with the vehicle and collect the money is now the conductor. And the one that now tells the passengers to get in the vehicle and they remain, that those are now the non-conductors. A student gave me such explanation. That is very wrong according to the chemistry. You know, I want to be a working chemical student. Should be working chemically. So that is what you should be able to know. So the conductor is a solid, or you can say it is a substance or a material that allows the electric current to flow through it or through them, depending when you are talking about the plural or singular. So a conductor is a solid substance or a material or a substance that allows the electric current to flow through it. E.g., we have things like nail, we have copper, we have zinc, metal. Those ones, they allow the electric current to flow through them, while the non-conductors are now the materials which do not allow the electric current to flow through them. Things like wood, plastic, rubber, they don't allow the electric current to flow through them. So you should be able to know that at the end of this revision. It is a very, very magnetic revision. Yes, another question that can also be asked under this topic, you can also define the following term. The first term is drug. So what is a drug? What is a drug? A drug is any natural or man-made substance that when taken, it alters the normal functioning of the body. So it is any natural substance or man-made that when taken, it alters the normal functioning of the body. For example, if you take something like alcohol is a drug. So if you take it, it will alters the normal function of your body. That is why you will uh, you will experience this thing that is hallucination, where you'll be able to see the things which are not actually there. You will see in front of you there is a hole which is not there. You will also be able to, you cannot even differentiate between your your sister and your brother. So that is a problem with this drug. So they alters the normal functioning of the body. Like for example, if you take maybe Panadol also it must interferes with the normal functioning of the body. Maybe sometimes you can feel that you are tired, sometimes you are dizzy, sometimes uh, you are not well after taking some drugs. So that is what you should be able to know about that. Then also we have this drug abuse. So now what is a drug abuse? So drug abuse is now using of a drug for a purpose which is other than what is meant for. So maybe if you are suffering maybe from headache, you take alcohol instead of paracetamol. So that is what the drug abuse, or overdose or underdose. Maybe the drug is written two times three, then you may be maybe for example 2 times 3 you are taking now 6 times 3. You are overdosing. You are taking tablets more than required. So that is what we should be we should refrain from that. So also underdose. If it is 2 times 1, then you take one, then you will be underdosing, and that is also drug abuse. Even disposing the drugs uh, after maybe you are given the drug by a physician or a doctor, then you fail to finish the dose, then you dispose them, maybe you throw them away. That is also a drug abuse. You should refrain. If you go to the hospital and you have been prescribed a certain drug, make sure you complete the dose according to the prescription. Another word is prescription. What is a prescription? So a prescription is a written instruction by a qualified medical officer, by a qualified, underline that word, by a qualified medical officer. Qualified means he or she has undergone a training. Um, so it is a written instruction by a qualified doctor or medical officer giving details on the type of drugs should be used and how it should be used. So maybe if you go to the hospital, you'll be prescribed drug. Then maybe you go to the pharmacy within the hospital, and the pharmacist will give you the drugs according to the written instruction by the doctor. That is now the prescription. So you realize that maybe um, the drug maybe can be written 2 times 3. 2 times 3 means after every 8 hours, you should be able to take 2 tablets. So that one you should be able to know that. Make sure you know that. Going to this maybe a shop and buying the drugs, that is not the prescription is not that is not a prescription, that is over counter, and we'll be able to discuss that later. So another question that you should be able to know: a patient went to the hospital and was diagnosed to have a cold flu. The patient was prescribed to take drugs, that is 1 times 3. How and what hours interval will the drugs be taken? How? So first of all, you know that in a day, this patient should take one drug 3 times a day. So let us get the number of hours that he or she should be taking drug after. So in a day has 24 hours. So what you will do, let me take a pen here so that I can be able to tell you very well. So for example, a day has 24 hours. So and the person was to take one tablet 3 times a day. So you will divide 24 by 3, so for us to get the number of hours. So if we divide that by 3, 24 divided by 3, we'll be able to get 8 hours. So after every 8 hours, the patient should be taking one tablet. So the patient is to take a tablet after every 8 hours. So you should be able to know that one very well. I think I'm very, very clear. The part B of the question: suppose the patient took the drugs at 7 a.m. in the morning. What other hours of the day will the patient take the drugs? So we know that at the first time the patient took the drug at 7 a.m. That is one tablet. And you know that after 8 hours, the patient was to take one drug. So add 8 hours to 7:00 a.m. That is saa moja asubuhi. So you add 8 hours, you'll be able to get 3:00 p.m. To mean that 3:00 p.m. you should be able to take another tablet. Then, because it was 3 times a day, So the first one, the patient took at 7. The second one, he will take, sure he will take at 3:00 p.m. Now the third one. So we add 8 hours to 3:00 p.m. We'll be able to get 11:00 p.m. saa tano usiku. The patient should be taking another last tablet, not tablet ya simu, but tablet ya drug. Another question is, what are the over-counter drugs? So the over-counter OCT. So the over-counter drugs are medicines or drugs given to the patient without a prescription from healthcare professional. So these are the kind of the drugs like mara moja, where you go to the shop, any shop, and you buy. That is the over-counter drugs, because there will be no prescription written by the qualified medical officer or qualified doctor. So you should be able to know that very well. So there are medicines or drugs are which are given to the patient without a prescription from a qualified medical officer or a qualified healthcare professional. Thank you. Another question that you should also look at is the commonly abused drugs in Kenya. Commonly abused drugs in Kenya. So we have realized nowadays people do misuse, people, even the young people like you taking these illicit drugs. I really coax you, or rather than persuade you to refrain from this, because if you're using this at your age, you are ruining your life. Maybe you can check your age mate who dropped out of school, and maybe started using things like alcohol, bang. You can check they are growing old very fast. To me, their growth, there is a catalyst in it, so that speeds up their cells. So now that they can be very old at a very higher speed. So those drugs will act like a catalyst in your body. So kindly, if you know a friend, advise him or her to stop from uh, using these illicit drugs. So we have also tobacco. Tobacco is also known as a cigarette. And what makes the matter worse, if you buy the tobacco, on the packet of the tobacco, wameandika onyo. And also they have translated the word, for those who does not understand Kiswahili, that is a warning. It is very harmful to your health, because you know that cigarette or tobacco can cause what is known as the lung cancer. So kindly, these things have got effect. So tobacco is a commonly abused drug. We know very well. Miraa. Go to Mombasa, go to Meru. Even the young people are chewing Miraa. This is a commonly abused drugs, and they have got the very, very bad effects. We'll be able to discuss them. Also, we have bang. Bang is also another drug that is really misleading the youths. So the youths, my fellow youths, kindly refrain from this. Whoever is watching, if you're taking bang, I know there are some malicious, or there are some misconception about bang. People think that if they take bang, they will be brighter, they will be brilliant. No, if you take drug, this bang, you will be the most stupid person in the world. You'll be the most the most ignored person in the world. Why? Because you will think that you are superior to even those who are actually superior than you. So make sure you refrain from this. You will do dirty things because of misconception of misconception of the ban. Alcohol is another one that also we know. First of all, ban can cause the mental disorder. Utakuwa mwenda wazimu if you're using the ban. Alcohol is another commonly abused drug, and it has got a serious effect, that is liver cirrhosis. Cirrhosis, that is an effect brought by consumption of the alcohol. So those who are taking alcohol, refrain from this. The youths who are taking alcohol, refrain from it so that you can live a longer life. Also, we have heroin. Heroin, some are injecting themselves with the heroin, which is very harmful to your health as a Kenyan. We want you because maybe you are the next president of the Republic of Kenya. So try. We want to nurture you step by step. You are the engineer. You are the you are uh, the doctor, the tomorrow's doctor. So if you are taking this, we may lose you and our life might be in danger. So refrain from that. We have also cocaine. That is also another commonly abused drug in Kenya. We have mandrax, such like those drugs are commonly abused in Kenya. Then now let's state the harmful effect of drug abuse. Any drug abuse has got these effects. Stress, wenye huwa wanakunywa pombe, wenye wanavuta sigara, wenye wanavuta bangi huwa wako na stress. Kwa sababu ya nini? The reason being that you as a user of drug, maybe sometime you might not be able to afford it. One day you will live in stress. But wengine huwa wanasema ati ukikunywa pombe itakutolea stress, maybe ndio itaongeza stress. uh, Refrain from that. Depression. We have seen many people are being depressed because now stress will now lead to now advanced stress, which is depression. We should also refrain from that. Hallucination. You think that you can beat anybody after taking ban. You see some holes which are not usually there in front of you after taking alcohol. You see two people, yet the person in front of you is just a person. You should refrain from that. Uh, Aya, let us proceed. Uh, so another one is liver cirrhosis. So liver cirrhosis, this is a harmful effect brought to the consumer, those who consumed cigarette, not cigarette actually, but alcohol. If you take alcohol, you'll be on this problem. Dependency, you cannot do without drug. Hata kama uko na familia na uko na 20 bob, you rather buy drug or you rather buy alcohol or tobacco than supporting the family with food. Hata sukuma wiki ya 10 bob. So make sure you refrain from that. Also, we have the mental disorder. When you wanavuta bangi, it will haribu akili yako. It will affect you mentally. Utakuwa mwenda wazimu if you use this drug. So refrain from that. Also, maybe the one that I never wrote is now what is called the lung cancer, like tobacco causes that. I thank you. Let's proceed. Uh, just like that, we go to the next slide. Also, we have another one, vascular disorder. Vascular disorder is now brought by those who are chewing mirror. If you're chewing mirror, it will affect you. There are some that I cannot speak because you are a student, but it will affect you plus your family. So make sure you don't do that. What is hallucination? The next question, what is hallucination? So I've discussed this severally in this lesson. So hallucination, it is something that someone thinks that can be seen or or heard, which is not really there, especially because of an illness or effect of drugs. I've explained that. They now state the long-term effects of using the following drugs by the user. Alcohol, the long-term effect of using alcohol, you will get liver cirrhosis. It will affect you for longer time and it can lead to death. We have also miraa, which is also known as cat. So cat or miraa has the following long-term effect to the user. Addiction. After you using the mirror, it will be very hard for you to leave it or to refrain from it. So I think the best thing, don't try using it because it will be very hard for you to live using mirror. Also, we have dependency. You cannot do without it. Vascular disorder. It also brings the vascular disorder. Cigarette, which is now tobacco. Tobacco will give you what is called lung cancer. After you have, if you have lung cancer, then it will also lead eventually to heart failure. So you should be able to know that magnetically. So you should refrain. So using the cigarette will lead to long-term effects such as lung cancer or heart failure. We have also ban this dangerous one. It can now lead to mental disorder. That is the long-term effect of abusing ban. It leads to mental disorder. Another question, give the career opportunities open to a chemist, somebody who study chemistry. So what are the career opportunities that you may have or the courses that you may do when you are good at chemistry? What are the courses that you can take? One, you can be a chemical engineer. A chemical engineer. You can be somebody who makes the medicine, chemicals. It is a very, very wonderful course. By the way, the courses which are offered to chemists or somebody who does well in chemistry are you can lead you to self-employment. Like if, for example, if you do a chemical engineering course, you take it as your course, you will be self-employed because you can make those medicines and now sell them to the consumers or to the customers without you being employed to any company. Another one is veterinary medicine, or you can be a veterinary doctor. A veterinary doctor is that person who treats the animals like cow, you cow, goats, the domestic animals. That one also, if you take that course, you will be self-employed because now you will be able to employ yourself without you being employed by any company or any organization. You are well to go. You can also be a doctor, medicine doctor, a pharmacist, nurse, or you can also do a medicine. If you do a medicine, you can also be a self-employed. You can open your own hospital, private hospital, where you can earn a living, because you cannot open an hospital or a chemist or a chemistry, I mean, without you having the genuine papers. So you have to go through this and get the papers is when you can now open. You can now see how beautiful, how handsome, how good a chemistry as a subject is. So gain a momentum, and because this is a form one, you can change your mind and be the best in chemistry in the world, or in in Kenya as a whole, so that you can take these courses which will lead you, because nowadays there are no job. If you're studying to be employed, maybe you might wait for long, but if you are studying to employ yourself, you do courses that can help you earn a living without you being employed by any company or any organization. You'll be at a very good pace. You shall have created a very good pace to even your your failure. So we have also beautician. If you do chemistry, you can be a beautician. A beautician is those who makes the ladies look beautiful. They make the men look beautiful, handsome. I mean, you see, so beauty. If for you to know that if you study this at a level, leave alone those who goes to maybe relatives to study this, ati anafunzwa vile kupaka kucha, anafunzwa vile kunyoa, anafunzwa no, this is now of high class. After going to university and taking this course, you can now make a very good industry where you are the one to be a CEO, a manager, and create the job opportunity to other people. Also, we have teaching as a career as well. We have teaching as a career. You can also be a chemistry teacher. You can be a chemistry teacher uh, if you study this subject very well. Did very well. Very very well. So you can be also a chemistry teacher like me. So if you study chemistry at the university, you'll be able to be a chemistry teacher and you teach others. Others wengine wao wanaogopa kwa walimu. Though usiogope, that is also a course. Very, very, and it's the course that you cannot do with less than C plus, whether it is a diploma or a degree. So those who maybe misunderstand the teachers, those who always talk bad about the teachers, know that these are qualified momentum. Let's proceed. Another state the laboratory apparatus which are used for accurately volumes. Maybe if you want a certain volume, maybe 50 cubic centimeters, more fairly accurate. There are some apparatus that you can use. We can use volumetric flask. If you check the volumetric flask, there are those over 1000 ml, that is 1000 cubic centimeters. We have 250, we have 500. So there is a mark which is usually indicated when you pour a liquid inside it. Up to that mark, it will contain the volume which is indicated on it. We have also syringes. Syringes also can be used to do this, to measure the accurate, fairly accurate volumes. We have the pipettes. Also, we have the burettes. So these are apparatus which can be used for fairly accurate volumes when you need the fairly accurate volumes. You can see their diagrams here. The following are the diagrams of the apparatus used for measuring fairly accurate volumes. For example, the first one is the burette. The first one is the burette. The second one is the volumetric flask. You can see this volumetric flask is 250 ml. So if you pour liquid up to this mark, which is here, the liquid which is will be inside here will be now of a volume of 250 cubic centimeters. We have the burette. Burette reads from 0 to 50. So when you fill the burette up to 0 degrees, not the 0 degrees, but 0 cubic centimeters ml, the liquid which will be inside there will be of 50. We have also the third one, which is the pipette. So pipette also, if you check at on the wall of the pipette, it is written 25 ml. 25 ml to mean if you suck or or fill this burette up to this mark, which is here, this mark here, that mark to mean the liquid which will be here will be for an exact volume, which is 25 cubic centimeters. Then we have also the syringe. Syringe, we have different one. We have for 30, 25, 50 ml. So if you draw the liquid up to the mark that you've been given, you shall have measured the exact volume. So now also we have below the most used apparatus with their names and functions. So these are the most apparatus which are found in the lab. The first one, this is the test tube. Now the function of the test tube, it is used for general laboratory experiments. So it can be used for any biology, chemistry, it's a general one. We have the boiling tube. So how will you differentiate between test tube and boiling tube? Boiling tube huwa it is fat. Let me use that language. So it is fat and the test tube is thin. So that is how you can differentiate them. So the boiling tube is used when heating substances or boiling some substances, whichever the case. We have also the test tube holder. The test tube holder. The test tube holder, the test tube holder is uh, is used for holding the test tubes when they are heated. When they are when they are being heated. Uh, I beg to stop from here. We shall continue next time. So what you can do, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. You will be able to get a notification once we upload a new video. I'll revise this book until the end of it. If you want a soft copy, just the way I told you, you can inbox me, you can call me, you can WhatsApp me. I'll be able to give you a soft copy book at only 350 shillings, or you can call, we talk if there might be a discount. Otherwise, may God bless you. Be safe during this, and let's meet next time. Otherwise, bye.